What is up, everyone? There we go. Rugged. I'm already in the short. Oh, gosh. I had to put it on my screen. All right, I'm covering into 310. There we go. Boom. Oh! Well, I got the stream open just to tap that. Everyone's doing well this morning. Goodness gracious, straight into I went down to just runners, but I'm really hoping this drops a lot further. But I'm already there, already made money, so we're good. I'm gonna get the stream sent out to everyone. We do have a gap fill, guys. A little bit lower. We still have a gap to fill. A little bit lower. 564-ish on QQQ. Basically what I was playing was the gap fill. We go down to couple minutes here. We have a gap fill down to about right here. Yeah, right there. Previous day high, back test. That's why I was short going into this. We can go over the stats here. All right. Let's see. Tesla getting hit. Let me get the stream shared out here. I hate this stupid look. Like, I really want this whole thing to happen here. But I could see it holding literally right here. This is halfback. Right where we're sitting. We're sitting right on halfback, 310. Yeah, that daily 9's right there as well. You see it? Oh, I have it a little bit lower. KB, I don't know if you back adjust, but I have it a little bit lower. But I have this 310 halfback, possibly hold right there. The main thing is we should fill the gap down here. What's up, B+? What's up, KB? Should at least fill the gap. Yeah, I'm just, do you back adjust though? So like, if I go to just in Q, it's about the same really, whether I back adjust or not actually. I don't know, I chart the actual, like the current contract. All right, a little update. SPY daily. Here, we'll hit that first. Yeah, so we basically hit that. Did we? Yeah. The high of this morning was the gap fill. Right there, 630 is probably the spot to hold on SPY. Big bounce here. Big old bounce here. Wow. Big old bounce here. I really don't want it to go any higher, but it wouldn't surprise me. Held the 310, 300 area. Tip by market. But we didn't fill this gap yet. That's going to bother me. We did touch previous day high exactly. If it goes any higher, it's going to stop me out at like 370. My stop is right here. All right, I'll jump into some more analysis and just watching this trade real fast. Yes, look at that. Big old bounce. My 233 EMA down there. But yeah, so your SPY daily gap to the upside is filled, but you have the yesterday's gap down to here that we haven't touched yet. It'll be like right down here somewhere. This stupid wick's gonna drive me crazy all day. What's up, Willie? Good morning. Sorry, I'm kind of just getting the bearings on the bigger time frame. What is that? 630.91. What in the world is? Why are we getting static on the music already this morning? There we go. All right. I shorted this pop here. Just kind of got lucky. I guess I was waiting on it to tap 400. The golden retrace is actually higher. So if you're bullish, you're actually looking for this 436. Everything looks good so far this morning. Look at this 15-minute candle. We're a little close to the open, but I would like it much better if we filled the gap right down here. 3 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. It looks like it wants to push though. If I don't mute, that would help. What's up, Blaze? A little close to the open here. I'm kind of hanging out. We touched previous day's high, which is a good sign, but that needs to happen. But we still have the gap fill down here. In the big picture of things, we fell hard. Here's the bounce. Is this the back test? All this stuff right here, is this the back test? That's the question of the day for me. Kind of all this action here. So that's the question of the day. Is this the back test, or is this the was this the reclaim and go? All right. I wouldn't be surprised to go see this up here. I hate how I can't put my stop in profit on this thing. Well, I got my one good trade under the belt. KV's hitting it right on the head. I was halfway here a while ago. We have S&P Composite final coming out in 30 seconds, and then 15 minutes to get that ISM services. Trump spoke this morning on CNBC in a phone call interview. I don't know if any of you guys were up to watch that. I watched it. It was interesting. I still have to look for this gap fill at some point. Come on, just take me out of this trade so I can close this account down. ES is a lot weaker, under previous day high still. There's my stop. All right, I'm out of that. So I either want to short it again up here, or I want to wait for this. Previous day high on ES right there. I really want to reshort it because we still have the gap to fill down here, but this doesn't look good. Oh, Willie, there was oh, I see it. Yeah. Wasn't even looking. Good eye, Willie. This guy's spoofing massive orders again. $400's got a big amount of orders on NQ. $296 is the gap fill on NQ. I'll wait for I'll see what happens at 400. If not 436, I'll try it. We exactly touched previous day's high on QQQ and SPY both. This thing may just explode to the upside. Did you long? Hello? Were you long down lower? Like, did you long this far? I was short from here, and my main target was here, and I got that, and then I was wanting it to just fall apart, but they bought it up. If it does accept back under here, I think it'll be. You were long? Yeah, so like one thing that helped me, I would get long and then like I just trim actively. So like if I get in here, I like start trimming on the way to my target to de-risk and lock in some profit. That way if it comes back like this, stops me out, then whatever. I really think we're going to go back down. That's my thought process. But right now the price action's selling me up, so I'm not in a trade. Daily 9 might have been the buy. Coinbase dropped an offer this morning. Oh yeah, it's tough. Yeah, so like I use Top Step. That's what I'm trading on right now, actually, Top Step. And so like one of the main things that I do is I use M&Q or MES, mostly M&Q. But I use the micro so I can trim along the way. So if I usually use like lots of 3, so I'll take like 9 or 12 and I'll trim on the way. I will say this, like the 50K account is the hardest one for me. Like I have to use like the 100 or 150K, just, I don't know. Otherwise, like I feel like the sizing has got to be so small. You pass an eval, then you pay an activation fee. For example, on Top Step, you pay an activation fee, and then they give you a funded account. On that funded account, you have to have. They just updated it to you have to have 5 winning days of $150, but there's no consistency rule, so you can make $1,000 one day, and then have at least 4 days where you make 150, and then you're eligible for a payout. You can take half the balance out of your account on the payout. Now, what I will say, if you're only making $150 a day, you don't have that big of a buffer. So if depending on what size account you have 50. If you have a 50K account or a 100K account, you're used to like a 2,000 or 3,000 total drawdown. I would try to get that big payouts back to it. That way, you always have that buffer. So once you take a payout, you can't go below 0. This really looks like it's going to go to 436. Whoa. Good. Candle on Tesla. Oh yeah. The prop account, the prop firms make money off. Their money is literally made off of people failing and rebuying and rebuying and rebuying and resetting. That's the whole business model. Where are we so stuck right here? You can definitely do can definitely do some damage with micros. I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, we've already had a 100-point range just in the last hour. I mean, what? Look at this. We went 100 points down and 85, 90 points back up. I mean, but yeah, so either way, Blaze, I don't have that live account anymore. I had it for a little while. It was tough. The executions are much different, much different. So I've got like a few fundeds again with Top Step and with Tradeify is what I'm currently using. We'll see. Might be in danger of getting called up to live again. Maybe we'll give it another shot if it happens. Top Step will not let you do. Oh, well, you can trade. So you have to close out every trade by 4:10 Eastern on Top Step, but you can't hold overnight. But you can. What do you call it? You can like just reopen a trade at 6 p.m. Eastern. ES looks awful right here, by the way. I'm catching up on some comments and I was looking around at some of these charts. Let's see. Let me catch up here. There is one, I believe, Elite Trader Funding is a prop firm that actually allows overnight. I'm really thinking about the short here to fill the gap. The gap's way too small to not fill. Yeah, so KB is right here, so they can copy trade people the live account. You're trading their money, and anything you make, obviously they're keeping a piece of it. But yeah, like 98% of their profit is from failed accounts. That is about to come out. One of the guys at Apex set up that maximum. Yeah, Apex lets you use a ton of accounts. I think Top Step you can have up to 5. I think some other ones I don't know what the limits are, but most of them are like 5 accounts. I think. Yes, is going to fill this gap. It looks like or SPY. So this is the recipe right here. This is exactly what I've done to find a lot of success. There's the data. Data's out. Oh, yes, filled that gap. InQ did not. Was the data bad? PMI was lower. Sorry guys, I'll catch up with chat. I'm watching this because I really want to short this down to here. I did it though. I'm really thinking about shorting this right here, but I don't like that SPY filled the gap. QQQ hasn't. Boy, I really want to short this. I just don't have a good risk reward feeling. All right, I was watching a lot of things here. Yeah, I really want to get in a short here, but let's see, where was the opening price? Right here. If we stay below this the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it does look good. I think we're going lower. I really wanted to short that right here, and I didn't pull the trigger. Any of you guys get that? Let me catch up with the chat here because I'm not in this trade. I wish I was. I think we're coming down here to fill this. All right, let me catch up. What's up, chat? Let's go. KB said if I tried Naruto. No, I haven't, but Jordan has. And when I was with Jordan when he was trying it, and it was sick. Not just trying it, but he was like, what do you call it? Sorry, I'm so tempted to take this straight. No, I was with Jordan, and Jordan had it turn out. He just showed it to me. We were like literally walking around New York City, and he was like, "Oh, just made $500 on a trade." That's pretty sick. Let me come back to this. BP's got it right here, Mr. Reflex. Aim for 200 to 400 a day. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I run usually 3 or 4 accounts, and I'm just trying to hit $200 to $300 per account. Some days I'll hit more than that. Some days I won't even take a trade on a certain account. It all just depends, right, on the scenario. But that's been my winning recipe. When I kind of got in that mindset last fall, and then I really like put a bunch of things together back at the beginning of this year, and I literally just ran that strategy right there. Get a trade, get 250, $250, $300, and trim everything out. Put my stop to where that's my floor on that account. If the trade keeps working, it keeps working. If it doesn't, I get out and walk away. But yeah, I'm not running 20 to 40 accounts. You can though. So like essentially basically what I'm doing, I could have just copy traded with a bunch of accounts, but it's a little too much to think about sometimes for me. But yeah, you can copy trade a bunch of accounts. I would rather just size up and build it up instead of like risk. Cause see, I run multiple accounts so I can spread out my risk. If I take a couple losses in an account, I just go to the next account. That way I don't want to take 3 or 4 losses on one account. Take Profit's not bad, Hollow. I've heard a lot of good things about them. Yeah, KB, I've heard that about Apex as well. What's up, Michael? Good morning. $629.32 would make a lot of sense on Spy as well. What is so weak this morning? Oh, energy looks terrible. Banks aren't doing well. Look at Banks just dying here. Tech, previous day high. Healthcare down. I think this is coming down. I had a second shot to short that right there. We'll be watching 20 minutes that first hour sets. That's where I really find my bread and butter setups. But still no gap fill on this. 69% of the time, pretty strong statistics that we're gonna fill this gap on QQQ. Fairly strong statistic that we come down here as well. MRP, what's up, my friend? Did it hit NFP? Why is that not loading on my chart? I have NFP way down here. Yeah, no, I have NFP much lower. That's really where I think we'll go test today. That's really my ultimate target. Yeah, I appreciate that MRP. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hollow, I'll say this. Honestly, the 50K I think is the hardest one. Like passing it's not, I mean, passing it's probably not that much different. But like to me it's super hard because you have such like you have to size down a lot more because you only have like a 2K drawdown. Like I feel like you can spiral out of control and lose 2K pretty fast, but you know if you have four, you know, I think the 100K gives you a 3K drawdown. That's where I kind of found my sweet spot, and then I moved up to the 150K. The 150K is actually much easier. Dang, MRP, you're active this morning. What is PLTR doing? Man. It all depends on how you trade hollow. So like for me, the 100K was like where I found my sweet spot just because like that's where I figured out my sizing and how to manage it, you know, my risk reward. And then after doing that for a long time, I went to the 150K. But to me, the 150K is even easier. I'm going to try short. But yeah, I would say like to me the 150K account is more expensive, but it was easiest. I'm taking first trim 310. Come on, give me this 310. First trim. Honestly, I don't want to risk more than like this right here. Come on, flush it. Give me a new low. I'll fill that gap. My trim sitting at 311 to get that first spot. There it is. Boom. All right. First trim right there, 29 points. I honestly don't want this coming back up, so I'm just going to go break even. I'm out of third here. There's not any prop firms for stocks that I know of. There may be one out there, I just don't know about it. There have been a lot of talk about trying to get one for options and stuff, but it just I don't know that it exists. It seems like there's so much red tape there. I'm looking for this right here, guys. Gap fill, and that's where you take off a majority of it. So King Q, what's that? 297. So I got my next trim at 301. Please don't bounce right here. Watch it. If it bounces back to 340, stops me out at the 9 EMA, I'm gonna be pissed. 350 ES. Oh, that's a tough call here. I really want to go ahead and lock in some more profit. Where did I get tagged now? Come on, give me that 300. I took out first term at 310. I'm trying to get just right at 300. I'll be out half. I got a feeling this is going to bounce back to here and then still work out. I really want to play it safe and go ahead and take off some more here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take off some more here. 20. Come on, give me 25 points. Right there, yep. I went ahead. I'm out half here, and we get under 300. I'll be out a little bit more. Just playing it safe, locking in some profit because this is a counter trend of the counter trend of the counter trend. So at least that's what it feels like. Come on, there it is. Boom, boom, 300. Come on, give me two, just flush. This is the gap fill right here. Retrace the retrace, add retrace the retrace. Come on, drop it about 10 more points. Retrace the retrace. KB, I wish I could stream every day. I just need to become a full-time streamer. Not that I'm like just the best trader in the world or anything, but I enjoy this. I like having the live chat and stuff. I love just streaming hanging out with you guys. Trying to call out everything I see. I'm gonna move my stop down a little bit further. I'm hoping this just flushes here one time hard. Come on. Flush down here. Right on this gap fill, they're holding it. They're holding it. Look at this. There's the gap fill right here. They're gonna hold it. Retrace the retrace is my new favorite term. Counter trend of the counter trend of the counter trend. Which, look, your overall trend has been up. This was the counter trend. This is the counter trend of that counter trend. This is the counter trend of the counter trend of the counter trend. I don't know. It hit my brain last night and it just cracked me up. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that one. Yeah, big shout out to all of you hanging out with me on these streams. Makes my stream so much more fun. Makes trading more fun. Some people don't like trading in front of others. Like, yeah, it's a little different. It's a little weird sometimes to like live trade in front of people. But it is what it is. I enjoy it because I enjoy like talking with people as I do it. Because maybe there's something I miss. I mean, KB throws stuff in the chat a lot of times that I miss. I know B Plus has done that a few times. Like Willie C has jumped in here many times and done it. Oh man, Hollow is. I think I can throw the chat up or over here so you guys can see it. Makes my screen a little bit smaller. All right, there it is, 54-point gain. All right, I'm out 90% there. Let's just see if these runners will just crush. Boom! All right, well, it's gonna be a good day, Tater. It's gonna be a good day. Any of you guys getting any trades off here? First hour of data in 7 minutes. We got bearish data, which I like when I'm already in a short. Let's see. Nvidia down 1%. What else is hurting today? Costco. Ooh. Exxon down. Ooh. Energy's getting smoked right now. My music. What are we doing here? What are we even doing? Boom. Yeah, Hollow is absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. There's a couple things I don't like. Previous day high, so it's more likely to close up here, but the first hour of data is going to be bearish. High, low form, so we should break this low. See what happens. Where's ES? That's a heck of a day, though, Hollow. Yeah. Done until next session. I hear you. I hear you. Pull this back up. I'll go through all the data that I'm seeing, but right now, this already played out. This is played out. So these two on the left over here have already played out. We're still waiting on the IB to form and the opening candle. Oh, yes. Please just crush it. Send it down. My day just got a lot easier. Bro, Hollow, we're gonna have to link up on some sports betting. This summer I haven't done much because I don't bet on baseball or anything like that. Mostly football, some basketball, mostly football. Oh, the roughneck out there. That Texas T. Chasing that dream. Dude, that's a rough life. I'm very, very familiar with that. I don't like to treat trading like gambling because to me it's like the way I treat it, it's calculated probabilities to make money, right? Sports betting, I do more for like, I just try to like finish the year the same amount I started the year, like the season. That's all I really care about. Oh, nice. From New Mexico, my sister lives out there. I've never been out there to New Mexico. Well, I drove through it one time, but I haven't really ever been out there and like spent time. But it looks beautiful. I need to go visit her. She's like in the Santa Fe area up there. I lived in Fort Worth for a little bit over in Texas. I like Texas. Houston's not bad, honestly. People complain about the humidity, but I'm from Arkansas. No humidity can affect me. Where's Bobby Don? I mean, Bobby's from Houston. He's usually in here in the chat. Would not be surprised to see it bounce in this area though. Ed knows. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 100% humidity. Yeah, where I live now down here in Mexico, it's like, see, it's currently 62 degrees outside. The high today is actually 82. Zero humidity because we're at elevation. What's up, Ricky? No, so there is a space going on X right now. The Wolf account is in there. I'm behind that account. I'm not listening really. I only got so many ears to deal with, but yeah. So the spaces is going on where it's all audio, and there's tweets that are pinned up top or whatever. It's all audio, but you have first hour. Hold on 1 second. We should break this low, but if we break the low and reclaim, then you start looking for this retracement, and this is a pretty big move down. We have mixed data today. Previous day high is broken, which means you should close green, and you have a red first hour, which means you should close below here. So we should close below here on that metric. IB is bearish, but the gap's been filled and previous day's high has been broken, which means we should close. This would be the most likely spot to close today. It's at 564 to 565. I'm hoping that this happens personally. But yeah, it's just to answer the spaces. Yeah, so that just played out. So the IB, that was quick. Sorry, the IB by rejection. This played out really fast. This is one of my favorite setups, but it wasn't a super clean one today, just because we were sitting at the low whenever we got there. So right here, when the high forms first, 64% of the time you break the low, and then just standard IB, you're going to break one side or the other at a 97% clip. 72% of the time you only break one side. What does that mean? Let's break it down. So here's your first hour high and your first hour low. You're going to break one of these two 97% of the time. You're going to break both of them just 24% of the time. So since we've broken this one, there's only a 24% chance of breaking this. Plus, we have a large sized one here. So I think that actually makes this even a lower probability. So if you're shooting for the longs today, I think your target's got to be here. You don't want to go up here. The other thing, when the high of that first hour forms first and the low forms second, a lot of times you get a bounce back to here and you play this. Same thing as if it was the other way, which like yesterday. So yesterday you had the low was right here at the open, the high was here. So you play this just for both sides of that. But that's already played out. The first hour of the market, let me hit the data here and I'll get back to the chat real fast. Opening candle continuation. So opening candle is red, opening candle size 0.31, so that's a red candle. What does that mean? 70% chance that we have a red day based on the open. So this one's based on where we opened, which is right here. There's a 70.3? 70% chance you close below here today. Below 565.39 if you're on NQ. It's below 348. So there's that. And on ES, same thing. ES, so you've broken the low here. ES, you should close below 360 today, 63.60. So really, you have to kind of look to short the pops, except for the only thing I don't like is this previous day high has been broken on SPY. That's the only thing I don't like. But this was my overall thought, was that we were going to come down. Hopefully we come down to here, which is the high from Friday morning. I would love for this area to come back down too, but it's because I have some shorts on. Oh my God, crush it! Oh man. Yes, I am in Mexico. I live in Querétaro, which is central Mexico. There, this is where I live. Right there. So here's Houston. This is where I live. New Mexico, Cali, all this. So if you see like Mexico City is right here. Guadalajara is over here. I'm right in the dead center. Dead center. Dead even with Cancun, dead even with Guadalajara, Mexico City about 2.5 hours away. That's right. Oh wait, I'm not even on the screen. Hold on. What is going on? There, now it's on the screen. There we go. Sorry about that. This is where I live, right here, in the very middle. There's Houston, Cali, all this Florida. Sorry, I thought I pulled this over and I didn't. Guadalajara is right here, even with me, basically. Cancun, dead even with me over here. Mexico City, 2.5 hours away. Right here, dead center. That's where I live, big city. Yeah, big city. All right, back to it. Yeah, that's funny that you know that. MRP. We have a ton of international business here. A lot of aerospace, aeronautics. Bombardier has a big facility down here. GE's got a big spot, like he was saying. We have a ton of international business here. Big city. Oh, and the food is fantastic. My wife is from down here. That's how I ended up down here. And I love it. I absolutely love it. How's the food? Yeah, Ed. So I have pretty much any American thing that you could think of. That like you, if whatever you like, I have it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, we are absolutely crushing right here. Sorry, I was. Yeah, sorry, what I was saying. Sorry, I've got 19 charts in front of 3 screens in front of my face, so I get distracted really easy. No, the food's great. So I have like every food place that you guys probably have. I pretty much have. And then obviously I have all the local spots too. So like all the local taco spots, there's a lot of international spots here. Obviously, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, all that. There's a lot of South American places up here, like a bunch of Argentinian, like steakhouses and stuff like that. But all them, like, we're so close to get all the Americanized stuff. So like I've got Buffalo Wild Wings, I have Texas Roadhouse, I have Cheesecake Factory, PF Chang's, Chili's, Olive Garden. What else? All those. Did I say Shake Shack? That's one of my favorites that I like to go to. Just a quick spot. But yeah, we have all of those. Wingstop, like all that you can imagine. And then obviously all the like local. We have some really nice restaurants that are local, and then obviously like my corner taco spot that's just like undefeated. If you grew up in San Antonio, you know that there's some legit taco spots down there. There's a lot in Houston too, obviously all over Texas. But yeah, San Antonio's got some really good food down there. Riverwalk's an interesting thing though. Ooh, gold is rippy.
haven't seen, like there's this thing that Alexa has, okay? It's a really cool indicator. This guy, Paper Games, works with this company called Breakout. If you go to his profile, or if you go to the site, papergames.com, there's a little bar top right, looks like papergames.com. Yeah, there's a link that says NFP indicator from Breakout. You go there.
Well, I don't know what to do now. ES could definitely bounce right here off the pivot point. Look at that to the wick. I'm looking at SPY and QQQ. And this is the main area I wanted to come back to. SPY could come down a little bit lower. It's at NFP low or NFP high. So right here. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, we're going to hit my full target.
Absolutely. And I'm going to hold these this break.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my puts are going crazy right now. So are we going to hit my full target here? Am I going to get 150 points on the stream? Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh! Oh! All right, I'm out. That's full target for me, 150. Oh, buddy. Boom! What a day. What a day. Boom, look at that. Oh my gosh, they're crushing it. I still have some puts. That's the only reason why I was like, okay, just take full profit. I'm done with 2 accounts. Oh, buddy. Where's Spy at? Bro. Boy, what do we even do now? Today was the day. What a day. Oh my gosh. Hey, this should bounce somewhere. Probably here. The thing looks so ugly though. Like I really long this. If I wasn't just finishing a short, I would probably try to buy this. But this thing, it just looks so ugly. Yep, look at that. It's just crushing. And just let SPY come down to 626 now. Oh my gosh. Where does this even hold now? We're in no man's land over here on NQ. Look, here, let me go to... Okay, this is no man's land, and we have this gap left. Appreciate it, my friend. How do I pronounce your name, just so I get this correct? Volodymyr? Volodymyr? Can I call you Vol? We all like Vol, right? We're all traders. We like Vol. I got a feeling the screener is not going to look good outside of previous day's range. Is Google still strong? Let me take a look at Google. Well, Amazon's still green. Apple's up. Wow. Meta. Oof. Whoa, what happened to CrowdStrike? So Google and Amazon were green the first hour. Everything else on my watch list right here. Okay, Apple, consider Apple. Your top 10 weighted stocks in the NASDAQ, you have 3 that were green in the first hour. You have 7 that were bearish. SPY, QQQ, both bearish the first hour. Previous day's range, this is going to be bullish, but we opened up right above it. We also closed at the high yesterday, so one little piece of that. This should be mostly bearish. IB by rejection based on the high gap fill. Costco and Amazon haven't filled the gap. Everything else has filled the gap. Wow. Yesterday's move up on low volume. Oof. Hollow, that's the thing. You start taking too many trades, like, or you just have some big winners. I have to like take a break. Trying to figure out where we would hold. Yeah, maybe down here, maybe 20 points lower. Where's SPX? Oh, SPX broke 6,300. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, Hollow, though, one of the hard things, like, for me, one of the hard things was like slowing down. Like, I used to give back so much profit because like I would be like, oh, I just hit a big trade, like I can risk some of that to make more. And I would just start giving back. That's why I started splitting my accounts out. That just helped. It helped me psychologically, separating out the accounts. I tell you, this guy's gonna be an early day for me today as far as trading. You get this kind of move in the morning, usually. I mean, hey, maybe you get a snap back in the afternoon, maybe you get some more opportunity, but once I've hit more than daily goals, I pull back a little bit. That was 200 points if anybody held any longer than I did. problem is, what the hell do you? I mean, what do you do here? Funny how sometimes I did this like last week, I think last Tuesday on this stream. I had like 3 losses in a row, and I had to like take a little breath, and then I like spent the whole rest of my day battling back, which is not recommended for most people. I'll tell you this: I figured out I can dig myself out of a hole pretty decently. I'm pretty good at that. I'm not good at being long, like being up on the day and making more. And you mentioned journaling there. That's just one thing I noticed from going back and looking at my stats and stuff. So like, if I'm up $500, $1,000 on a day, and I try to make another $200, $300, $400 for whatever reason, I mentally trade it different, and it just messes me up. Like, I don't know. I like take different risks, and I end up giving back half of that. So I'll turn a $800 day back into a $300 day real fast. But if I'm down $800, I'll figure out a way to come back and get green. If it rejects right here, this looks absolutely terrible. Yeah. So Hollow, you start trading your like P&L, which everyone says not to do. With prop firms, you almost have to a little bit. You kind of got to know like profit targets. You kind of got to know like what's my drawdown type of thing. But yeah, it's tough. Like, but for whatever reason in my head, like, I just treat it. If I know I'm already up on the day, I'm better off just closing that account and going to the next account. That was my solution. Everyone's different. Every trader, every single one of you in the comments, anybody watching, by far, like every one of you are different, and you have to figure out what works for you, what the difference is for you. Wow.
You don't like my hand. You're in the ball.
Well, here we go. What's up, Force? Is it Force or 4C? Either way, up 3K, that's a hell of a day. Let's go. Let's go. Something's going on with drone stocks and rare earths. I just heard some type of. Boy, look how quick they're shorting this pop right here. Wow. Yeah, that's a good day up 3K. The only reason I don't think it's weird is because I'm literally looking at this going, I was in on the short, right? Like my bigger picture was to short it. So everything lined up for me, but boy, we haven't even touched the 9 EMA since this fall. I mean, don't short the hole down here when you haven't even touched the 9 EMA. I mean, look at this. You see the blue line right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 candles, and you haven't touched this. Don't short the hole. Hold on, where's SPY? Boy, if SPY rejects right here, though, literally, you're gonna go to the next level and maybe this. Not today. I don't think that happens today. $15-minute hammer, yeah. That's the other thing. If you get back over here, you probably should back test the IV low at some point. And there's statistics that say you should retrace up to here. There's your hammer. There we go. Reload. There we go. Click too many buttons at once. Retesting this makes sense at some point. I mean, you probably do something like this, and then maybe you get one of those later. I don't know. This has been aggressive selling. But we did move down a lot. We did take out previously. It's just this is a tough spot. All right, where are we at, guys? Did you hit that bottom right there? I saw KB posted this, the daily 20 EMA, which I use the 21. Boy, this is looking awful bear flaggy. Awful bear flaggy, but we'll see what happens. 9 EMA and a downtrend first touch. And pivot point. Yes, probably short right here. That was a nice little pick though, KB. 50-point trade, 60-point trade. I have my NFP levels on over here. I don't look at NFP on futures because they move. I just look at QQQ and SPY. Obviously QQQ, boom, bounce right on the NFP. But SPY, however, SPY went under it. It's trying to reclaim, which can happen. NFP can do this, right? NFP can You can get under it, you can get back above, fall back below. Like, they can act as magnets as much as anything. Yeah, Ed, I do not slowly trade. I honestly, like, I look at a lot of patterns and I just don't. I look at patterns for like confluence down the line. I mean, maybe you're back testing some of this area over here, but 55% of the time, I think there's just so many variables. Everybody looks at flags differently, draws them differently. I will say though, if we reject right here, which is like yesterday's consolidation, this stuff right here, so it's 28 on SPY. Where's it at on QQQ? Oh yeah, remember where we went sideways for like an hour yesterday? Right here. If we reject right there, that's an ugly reject. That's a very ugly reject. Dave, yesterday did feel like a bull trap to me. I shorted it, but I was buying puts. I was underwater on those puts. I just figured this would come back. They all turned out profitable. Doesn't always work that way, but it's just so when you move. So like the way I thought about it was like, I mean, you make this type of move basically in 24 hours. Here, let's look at it this way. On InQ, you came down over 1,000 points, and really most of this happened in what type of. Look at that! You came down 1,000 points in less than 30 hours. I mean, not even like 2 days. You're going to get a bounce off of that. Obviously, the bigger trend of the market is up, so you're going to get dip buyers somewhere. But anytime you move that far that fast, you bounce, you come back down, and you either find out here if we're going to hold, or it's one of those like you bounce and you start to do one of these, which I would love. This is previous all-time high. Back here, all-time high. 50-day moving average, all-time high. I would love to go back test that at some point. I'm not going to try to just like outright target it, but I have way too many lines drawn on my QQQ chart. Way too many lines drawn here. Just delete a bunch of those. There we go. I do want to draw this and just see. We almost hit that extension, but yeah, this 540 or even the 50-day moving average back test would be. I don't know that we're going to get that. Maybe to a couple more weeks, but that's kind of what I think. But my thought process there, Dave, is when you move. Boy, there is so much going on here. Hold on. There we go. When you move this far, this fast, you usually get some type of bounce. And then you come back down. Now we find out, is this where we hold? Look at all these lows over here too in the same area. Like this low is at what, 160, 170. This one's a little bit lower, 110. But this area had many holds right here around this 177, kind of where we are right now. So you could look at this as resistance, support, turned into resistance, turned to support. Does it turn to resistance again? I don't know, but I think you're going to reject right here again. There's that bear flag. Here's bear flaggy. And right here, EMA 9, pivot points, the blue one. Oh boy. What is that? PRIM? What is this? Engineering and consulting. 5 billion market cap, a little small for what I paid to. I'll tell you this just off the bat. When I see type of move on any stock, it's not usually a stock that I trade. I don't know what they do. That's crazy. Is this like a rare earth or something? What is this? Doesn't have a whole lot of volume on it. They have earnings or something? They must have had earnings. Oh yeah, they had earnings yesterday. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. What analysis can you do on this? New all-time high, major gap up. You're up 10% after falling already. Like how this thing was up probably what 15, 20%, 21% the high. Yeah, Dave. Sorry, when I look at a chart like this, I mean, if you're in from down here, like yeah, just trim some profits and hang out. But like for me, I can't trade this chart just in the way I trade. There's no way I can trade this chart. Brand new all-time high, gap up, selling off, people taking profits. You're up crazy amounts. I mean, even if what from the tariff low that was 130%, you're still up over 100%. Yeah, what do you do? I would think you probably come back down to here at some point. It may just like do a half gap thing, so it may come down. You may get like a second red candle tomorrow that's down here, then you get a green candle up, then you kind of just do this kind of weird because like I don't know how to yeah. This is right. MRP this is the right answer for everything. Take some profit. Wow, look at them stepping in and buying right here. Dave, what do they do though? Like, that's a company that I would be interested to learn more about. I see a chart that's doing that well. Like I don't like the huge gap ups on anything, but boy, when I see that, like I get a little excited. Yeah, I'd love to know what they do though. Well, it's a tough spot right here. I mean, you almost have to go with the current trend is down, but it's a little overextended. This is kind of getting caught back up though. How many people do you think saw this candle and chased it? Saw this candle and chased it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles in a row. And even on the way down, we didn't get 5 red candles in a row. Look, 1, 2, 3 green candle. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get a green candle. But look, 5 green candles in a row. Typically a red candle. I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue. They provide infrastructure. I wonder if they're a big beneficiary of all the stuff the government's doing right now. Pretty quiet on the squawker this morning. I mean, you got to put it together with your bigger time frame analysis. Like, do I want to? I mean, I know I have a pivot point. I know I have some support in this area. Do I want to play a bear flag into that? Probably not. Would I rather see it like break down and do this? I don't know. But my issue for my trading is when this move happens, I don't want to try to play this. That's where I run into issues. When you fall that far that fast, bounce, like, I mean, it could go either way, right? It could consolidate here and work its way back up higher, which is probably the most probable thing. But what my point was is 5 green candles in a row. If somebody sees this wick and they long here, and then this next candle comes down here and stops them out just for it to maybe work out still. Like that, those are just little like awareness like tricks that I've picked up. So like when I look at this move and I go, okay, well, just like yesterday's another good example. Yesterday, you get this move in the morning, it pulls back and holds right here. Like, do I really want to long this after this already happened? I mean, your probabilities of this are very low. And you notice, like, by the end of the day, we moved a little bit further. But when you have, what was this? Even from the open, we pushed up 175 points, 0.76%. Even if you got long, like, let's say at the bottom of this range, let's just say you got long here after it held, it's like half of that range, 88 points to the absolute high tick of the afternoon. But once that opening drive happened, I mean, really, it's like 20 points more. I mean, just if you're being just honest with yourself, 175 points in the morning. There was only 20 more points that really happened the rest of the day. Now you also have to think markets go up more times than they don't. So, like in this case, like I wasn't looking for this to like just fly. Plus, also look at this. I was long down here on Sunday night. Once we were up 500 something points in a session, to me, it's like, okay, obviously the trend's up. Obviously, right here when this happened, obviously it was strong. So I'm not going to try to fade it. but I'm not going to look for more when it's already moved 500 points in one session. I mean, that's a pretty incredible move. Now today, just the other side of this coin, you move down. How many points is that? Like 250 or something? 260, 250, whatever. You move down that much. We're still in a bull market. Markets go up 70% of the time. Like, the inclination would be try to play it back up here. I, in general, trade like revert to the mean, if that makes sense. Like, outside moves, I try to trade them back down. Outside move, I try to trade it back in. Like, and some days it'll get you. Like on this day, we had a nice bounce, and I shorted this, and this was like my main target right here. But most days, let's see. Like this big move down, and if you longed it anywhere in here, you could get back to here. But that's all you really look for, because like I can look at Edgeful and look at the probabilities and tell you, for example, oops. Here, let me go to this let me go to buy retracement. So once you break out or break down to that first hour, so for example, if you break out that first hour, more than half the time you come back at least 25% into that. This right here, like today, you break down, 65% of the time you're going to come back at least 25% into that. But look how bad the odds get after that. They get really bad after that. That's on SPY. Let's go to NQ just for the example, because I know some of you trade both. It's like you're doing a top-down analysis all the time. You're like, what does my big picture say? What's my medium term say? And then what's my like 5 and 15 minutes say? That's the way that I build this down. So look at NQ here. You break out, you go above the first hour's high, 74% of the time you're coming back in, 25% of that. You break down, 64% of the time you're coming back in. But look at this, even coming back to the midpoint of that IB only happens 31% of the time or 37% of the time, depending on if you go out of the upside or under the bottom side. So let's put that on a chart and talk about it. Get zoomed in here. Here we go. Right here, there's your high and your low. Let me turn off these other indicators just so we can see this example here. So, all right, easy enough. This is your high, this is your low. So when you get outside of this, 65% of the time you come back to this level. This is 25% of this right here, right? First hour of the market, here's 25%. This would be 75%. But you come back to this, 65% of the time, you come back to this only 30-something percent of the time. How many days back does this go? Let me add yesterday on here. Let's look at yesterday. All right, here's yesterday. Yesterday you broke out. Like once you broke out here, we didn't come back, but this level right here, we come back to 75% of the time. Didn't happen yesterday. Yesterday was kind of an outlier. We went down. So think about this once again on the outlier piece. We went down 1,000 points in 24 hours, basically. We were bouncing off of that. So like, I really wasn't like super excited to try to short that type and, you know, just price action wise. It was trying to happen. It was trying to happen. Boom. It broke this high. Coming back to here, 75%. This is like 30%. So you break out of this first hour. This is all you really look for because your probabilities get so low down here. Same thing with like today. If for whatever reason, pretend like this candle wasn't happening. If for whatever reason we came down and we got back into here, once we broke the bottom side of this, there's only a 20% chance you break the top of this. So if I'm just trading back to the middle more times than not. The market consolidates and trades back to the middle more times than it trends. You have more chop days than trend days. That's why I trade that way. I used to trade breakouts. I was always trying to trade the trend. Trend is your friend, but it also only happens how many days? I mean, this really didn't even have a trend to it. This was a trend day. This was Jerome Powell day, but no, there's no trend here. That's chop. This one started trending, chopped. You can see a trend here, but really, look at this. Here's your high and your low. And then look, you stayed within that the rest of the day. So more times than not, the market's like choppy. You get a trend for a little bit, then it rests. Look at this day. There's no trend here. I mean, yeah, you moved up, but still clear resistance up there. This day, you went down, came back up, and then what, flew? This was earnings, I think, where this flew at the end of the day, but that moved down to the middle. Big move up, come back to the middle. Big move down, try to track your way back up. Sometimes it takes into the night, you see that. That's my point. Look at this EMA 9 rejecting pretty hard here. All right, guys, I'm about to hit my 2 hours here. If anybody's got anything, here, I'll get you guys. If you haven't, I'll drop the link in here like I always do over in the YouTubes. If you haven't tried Edgeful, you get 7 days to try it out. Catch up on the chat, answer any last questions. There's that link. Hollow, I'm going to go through your thoughts here. Market levels. I feel like, Hollow, are you a scalper? I know some great scalpers out there that they're just, I mean, just little, almost micro levels, which you can call like little pivots and imbalances. I know a lot of people that can do that. Like, I know Frank does, like, so you mentioned buy stops. I know Frank does that too. Short range trades for entries for buys. Yeah. Set a buy limit and sell limit. Yeah. Yeah, and once price consolidates in the same range for a while, it's usually going to push away from that range, one direction or the other. Somebody's going to give up. Like buyers or sellers, somebody's going to give up eventually. The tighter price compresses, the bigger move you get away from it. I have not looked at my LinkedIn, and so I have no idea what my LinkedIn even looks like. I will say this, be careful. There's a lot of fakes, frauds, all that stuff out there. The main thing I use is X. Obviously, I'm in Discord as well, but there's a lot of fake X accounts of me, a lot of fake Discord accounts of me. If you go straight to my profile where you know it's my tweets, my check mark, you've interacted with me before, or you see me on Spaces on stage, click straight into that one. You can check and see if I've ever messaged you or anything, just to throw that out there. There's my X account right there. Yep, Maximiliano. It's pretty cool. Hollow. A lot of people use the yeah. There's a lot of like AI news script. That's why you see all these algos. Like whenever news comes out, or like most of us before we even see the news, you see like things going crazy on the screen. It's because they have AI news, like it just reacts to certain words like programmed in. They've had it forever. That's why you see like these big wicks and stuff that happen. But yeah, MRP, that's my X account right there on the screen. You can find me. Make sure you check. I have like 29,000 followers or something like that. Just make sure you check and see that it's me. And then but yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. My 2 hours is up. Yeah, you got me? Appreciate it. Yeah, lock me in. I'll tell you this, like I try to post content on there, but what I do more than anything is I just participate in spaces all over the place. I'm behind the Wolf Financial account most of the day. I usually throw my account in as well. I'm also behind Stocks on Spaces a lot, but a lot of people follow me just to see where the spaces are because I just try to find smart people and put them around me, right? Sometimes at night I get in spaces that are just turned into random convos about whatever, just like hanging out with your buddies, you know, sitting around the garage or something, chatting, and then throwing some stock talk in there. But yeah, I try to point out big things I see. That's the main thing that I use is X. I have an Instagram account, but I haven't really used it. I don't have time to post a bunch of content everywhere. I would much rather just do more live streams and content that way. I like the spaces. I like this live stream even better. And then I am in Discord as well. All right, rest of the day. When I look at what's in play here, our gap's been filled. That's taken care of. Outside day reversed. Really, we should come back up and try to close higher. We have a couple data points telling me that. So like we broke previous day's high. So like anytime you break previous day's high, technically you should close up here above it. First hour is red. We should close below here. So like there's still a chance that we close back up into this box somewhere today. But it'll be interesting. I mean, we're sitting right where we need to hold on QQQ. We're magnetized right here on SPY. I don't know, it's not the best look. I'm probably not that interested in trading the rest of the day. The Discord that I am in is a paid Discord. I don't own it. I do work in it as an analyst. I'm there all day, every day, voice chat, all that stuff. But there's a link in my X bio that's got a bunch of the different stuff. Like I'm not going to sit here and try to show you guys on Discord. I do these streams twice a week. I'm on Spaces most of the day, and then I do like everything more in depth. I do basically in the Discord, at least answering questions, talking live on voice chat all day, and all that stuff. Like I'm connected right now in there. I have it in my other ear. I just haven't been talking over there because I want to stream with you guys. So take a break from that, do this. But that is there. Once again, I'm not shilling that. If anything, you got to try Edgeful. If you're not trying Edgeful, I mean, a lot of these statistics will keep you out of trouble. That's what it helped me lock in profit. So like if I did buy the dip somewhere, like I'm taking heavy profits here just because I know the statistics of doing this are low. And if I'm short right here, I'm not gonna like really push because I can even look at, there's another statistic for this by levels. So this -1. So basically you have a range here. I just made a new low. So here's your range. This is one range lower. The reason I bring that up is because if I go, let me just go back to you can get to all the reports over here. I just know how to get to them quickly from within because I clicked on IB. But if you go to IB, there's one by levels. Boy, there's all kinds of customizations on this, but it tells you like minus like going half a range from that IB, minus 0.5 level, you happen 67% of the time. Where we are at right here, -1 is only 27% of the time, and then it gets way lower beyond this. So like where we're at right here at -1, see this was 5, -1, this is only a 27% chance. Once you break down, you only get this far outside of the IB 27% of the time. To go any further, I don't even have the, you can toggle more on. I don't even have the other ones on here because I know that they're low. And look where we're bouncing. Right off of that. That's pretty wild. All right, guys, I gotta jump off of here. Appreciate everyone. I will be back Thursday morning. What is it? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, I'll be back Thursday morning. I usually open it up right around market open, run a couple hours, and then go on to the other things I gotta take care of for the day. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll catch you on Spaces, catch you on Thursday morning. Appreciate everyone that was in the chat today. Big shout out to all you guys that hung out with me. I know B Plus was here early. I saw KB in here. Willie was in here. Blaze stopped by. Hollow's been really chopping it up in the chat with me. Appreciate him. MRP hanging out. Who else was in here? Ed's been in here for a little while. Appreciate you, Ed. And a couple other people across different platforms. My man Ball came through here. Force. Dave stopped by for a question. Appreciate all you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Let's win. I like this right here. We're gonna end it on this. Let's win again tomorrow. That's the game right there, right? All right, guys. I'm out. Catch you guys on Thursday.